Cheapies, one of my favorite topics. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over my 20 absolute favorite cheapies in my collection that I got for $30 or less. So stay tuned. So before I jump into this, I do want to run through these a little bit quicker than I normally do because I do have 20 fragrances and I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. So let's jump into this first one. So first one in the video today is from Azzaro, Ginger Lover. And if you are indeed a ginger fragrance lover, this is pretty much a must-have. It is a beautiful, beautiful ginger scent that performs very well. Very versatile. I feel like it's one that can be a signature scent and worn year-round if you're a fan of the ginger note in perfumery. It's not overly synthetic. It's very pleasant. And like I said, it performs pretty well. And you can find it for around 30 bucks. You can get testers in the upper 20s. I'm not sure who's got it in stock right now, but check Fragrance Net, Kingdom Fragrances, Fragrance X, different trusted sellers on eBay, places like that, Fragrance Buy, the usual suspects. A couple of them will have it. And it's one that I urge you to check out if you haven't, because in my opinion it's the best one from this collection, and that's Azzaro, Ginger Lover. Next is one that I sneak in a video here and there. I don't get to talk about it a whole lot because it only fits certain video types, but it's definitely my favorite from the house. It's a beloved car company. It's Bentley For Men, the original. The reason I like this one more than the Intense is it's a bit more wearable for me. Oh, so beautiful too. It's more boozy and spicy, whereas the Intense is more leather, smoky, and woody. It's a lot more rough and rugged, whereas this is smoother and spicier. And like I said, it's a bit more wearable. It really is. I feel like the versatility is a bit better with this one, and this one's actually a little bit cheaper. Mid-20s will get you a bottle of this, and it still performs pretty well. You know, 8-hour fragrance easily. With my bottle, which is a couple years old, tend to get about 10-ish hours with it, and does project pretty heavy for the first couple of hours. And like I said, if you like spicy and boozy, strong masculine fragrance, definitely one of my favorite cheapies in my collection, and that's Bentley For Men, the original. I just featured this in a video for some of my favorite aromatic and oriental fougères. I'll actually put that video right here if you haven't checked it out yet. This is from Calvin Klein. In my opinion, the best version of Eternity. It's Eternity Eau de Parfum. Color of the juice is very fitting because it is a very green fougere. Get a whole lot of cypress, and it's still very soapy from the lavender. Beautiful masculine scent. It took a classic, timeless fragrance and made it better, essentially. My opinion of it anyways, because I'm not a huge fan of the original Eternity. It's more nostalgia for me because my dad used to wear it a lot. I have a bottle pretty much just to have, whereas this is the bottle I actually like to wear. I love the way the Eau de Parfum smells, and you can get testers in the mid-20s now. I got this tester when it was still a pretty new release for about $29 on eBay. So I mean, just be on the lookout there all over. You can get them cheap. It's a great fragrance. Eternity Eau de Parfum. Now, the reason this one is one of my favorite cheapies is because it's become my favorite fragrance to spray before I go to the gym. I have a 1-ounce bottle that I keep in my gym bag to refresh after I leave the gym. Reason being because it performs terribly. 3 hours at best, it's gone. But it smells great. It's a blue fragrance that I enjoy. It's from Abercrombie and Fitch. It's First Instinct Blue. I thoroughly enjoy this. This is my favorite gym scent. It's a great gym scent if you like blue fragrances. It's traditional blue. It's versatile. It's got an ambroxan type of smell, some green herbaceous notes. Synthetic, yes, but very pleasing if you like ambroxan type scents, blue fragrances, which a lot of you know I love good, I love blue fragrances. I just do. I like to smell good. This stuff smells good to me. And it's just right. It's not overbearing. It's something that I can wear to the gym, from the gym, get home, take a shower, and put my fragrance for the day on afterwards. This is perfect for that, and you can get 100 milliliter bottles like this for around $25 in the rack stores. Check the rack stores. That's the best spots to get the First Instinct line because it's actually cheaper than getting them online. That's Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Blue. One that I need to spend more time with. I just love the way it smells. Between the orris and the violet leaf, it's just a beautifully formulated fragrance. It's from Roberto Cavalli. It's Uomo Silver Essence. I actually do enjoy this a little bit more than the original because of the orris in this one. Oh man, and you mix it with that violet leaf. This is a beautiful fragrance. It performs like crazy, and you can get them cheap. You know, 60 ml like this, right around 20 bucks, 25 bucks at most places online. They do pop up at the rack stores, Roberto Cavalli fragrances from time to time, mainly the women's fragrances. That's where I've gotten a lot of my wife's favorites. But these are easy to get a hold of. They are cheapy studs, and definitely one of my 20 favorites. That's why it's in this video currently, of the cheap fragrances under 30 that I have. Beautiful fragrance if you're an iris / orris lover. And that's Roberto Cavalli Uomo Silver Essence. So this is another underrated, not so much hidden gem anymore. More people have talked about it recently, but I just featured this in that Fougere video as well. It's from Rochas. It's Moustache Original 1949 Eau de Toilette. Old school aromatic Fougere. Smells like lemon heads in the opening. I did a full review of this one a while back as well. I love the way this one smells. This is an easy to wear fragrance, especially if you like lemon and lavender, because it's heavy on lemon and lavender. Some moss in the dry down as well. Typical Fougere stuff. But is it anything new? No, it's old school scent. But if you like that style, 20 bucks will get you a 75 ml like this full presentation. It's absolutely worth having. Moustache Original 1949. Oldie but a goodie. I don't think I've ever walked in a Nordstrom rack, looked at the fragrance section, and not seen at least a few bottles of this. From Tommy Bahama, Set Sail, St. Barts. This is the older style bottle. They now say, have a different font and say St. Barts now. I don't even know if they have the palm tree on the back anymore. The cap has changed a little bit from how it used to be. But beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Vacation in a bottle. You know, this is summer vacation, beach vacation in a bottle. This stuff is great. You know, as you see, it takes me years and years to put dents in fragrances. This bottle is old. I've had this for years now. And I spray it heavy. And, you know, that just goes to show that these bottles last pretty long when you get a 100 ml bottle. And for 20 bucks, this is one of the best fresh fragrances money can buy. That's my opinion. For $20, it is very difficult to beat this in the high heat. Tommy Bahama St. Barts. You're getting lime. You're getting some booziness. It smells like a margarita, essentially. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful smell. One that everybody should have, in my opinion. One of my favorite cheapies, always will be. Tommy Bahama Set Sail, St. Barts. Now, for a little while, these kind of disappeared and you couldn't find them that easy. Well, now last time I looked for them on eBay a few weeks ago, they're all over the place for 30 bucks. And that's what I paid for it a while back as well. It smells nothing like the original, but on its own, it's a great bubblegum heavy ambery fragrance. Davidoff Cool Water Intense. Nuclear Performance. Doesn't list ambroxan, but I'll tell you what, this is definitely a blue ambroxan fragrance. And it's powerful. 3 sprays, you're good. You're good. All day, too. It's a little on the heavy side, really and truly, for being a cool water fragrance. It's a little heavy. It smells nothing like cool water. It's its own thing. And if you like ambroxan bubblegummy blue fragrances, this is a must-have. 30 bucks will get you a 125 milliliter bottle like this, full presentation. Smaller bottles, I'm sure, are cheaper. If you like that style fragrance, which I do, this is a must-have. This is a great, great, great designer fragrance. Is it synthetic? Absolutely. Does it smell great? Oh, yeah. Cool Water Intense. So with these next two, I actually want to talk about these together because they're from the same house. You know, I get a lot of questions all the time about English Laundry because I did do a house talk early at the beginning of this channel, and I do thoroughly enjoy the older bottles. So what you'll see out in the rack stores now, here's Cambridge Night. You'll see it slapped with a $12.99 sticker on it. And if you're okay with maybe 4 hours, then you're good. For 13 bucks, yeah, absolutely. Performs well. The reason I don't talk about them much anymore is because the full presentation boxes, the ones that were $15 that people are finding at Burlington and stuff like that, this is where it's at. This is the money bottles. This is the 8-hour performers with the deeper, richer smell. And you'll notice a difference in how the bottles look. This is much more transparent. This is much darker. As you can see, as I shine the light on the gold here, versus how it looks here. The font, the print has actually changed a little bit. See the difference in color as I get closer. This is darker, less transparent. This is clearer. This just looks like a higher quality version of this, and it is. Absolutely is. So I absolutely love Cambridge Nights, one of my favorite fragrances. I have multiple bottles, but be on the lookout for box presentations. And also, that goes for the whole house. And the fragrance I have the most backup bottles of, and I wear specifically in the winter, English Laundry Windsor. Same thing, you can find these unboxed. I haven't bought any of the unboxed ones because I got a bunch of the old gift sets that were going around the rack stores for 20 bucks a piece a few years ago. So, oh man, I still love this. Such a good spicy fragrance. Spicy, woody, a little synthetic oud. It's got it going on. Old school vibe. I get it. Some people say it's got the old man smell. Whatever. I love it. I got 4 big bottles and 4 little bottles and 3 now because I went through one of them. Shower gels. This is good stuff. If you like spicy fragrances and you can find a boxed presentation or a gift set, get this one as well. These are definitely 2 of my favorites, but look for the box presentations if you want the performance. If you're okay for $13 with something that's going to do anywhere from 3 to 5 hours of longevity, hey, for 13 bucks, it's hard to beat because those are the same smell, but these are a little richer, a little bit denser, and perform a whole lot better. Keep your eye out on the box presentations. Has been one of my favorites for a long time now, and eventually I'll run out of this 60 milliliter bottle. It's the original Coach for Men. I wore this not that long ago. I actually forgot to twist it and to where it doesn't spray last time I wore it. That juicy pear up top. This really is a lovely fragrance. Mass appealing as they come. Crowd pleasing. Compliment getting. Doesn't perform that well, but just smells good. I've loved it ever since the first time I smelled it at an actual Coach store, because I do enjoy Coach the brand, as does my wife. And I like all 3 of the men's fragrances, you know, but if I had to pick one, it's definitely the original. The original is my favorite. It's a different take on a, you know, ambergris, amberwood, and Ambroxan style fragrance. You know, it smells like Coach. It doesn't smell exactly like Sauvage or exactly like Dylan Blue. And that's what I love about this fragrance. It smells like its own thing to me. It's going to remind you of a lot of things, but when I smell Coach, I know it's Coach. One of my favorite cheapies. One that I urge you to get your hands on if you haven't yet. Try it. You might love it like I do. Versace Men Eau Fraiche on a budget. 25 bucks on fragrance, and that'll get you a 100 ml. I want to say Steve's got them cheaper than that at Kingdom Fragrances. Azzaro Chrome Sport. Did a review on this one during lockdown for the pandemic. Sorry I hit the microphone, guys. Man, it smells really, really, really close to Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Performs about the same as well. You know, 5-ish hour fragrance. But it's great. You know, you can find it online for 20 bucks in some places. 25 is kind of going rate for a 100 milliliter bottle like this. It's kind of odd to stand up. It'll topple over pretty easy. Do like the frosted glass. But it smells very, very close. Like I would say this is 90 to 95% of Versace Man Eau Fraiche. If you're on a budget, this is pretty much the same juice. This is the way to go. This is the budget-friendly version. And it smells great. Azzaro did a good job with it. Did they intend for it to smell just like that? I don't know. But I'll be damned if it doesn't smell like Versace Man Eau Fraiche. And for 20 to 25 bucks, it is very hard to beat in the hot weather. And here we have yet another cool water fragrance that doesn't smell like cool water. Davidoff Cool Water Wave. This is more Invictus Acqua style, and one of my personal favorites, and has been since I got it. This one of the first videos on this channel was a first impressions of this when I bought it from Nordstrom Rack, and I followed it up with a full review. This is one that you can go nuts spraying. I love the way it smells. It's Invictus Acqua, shower gel. It's all those generic terms, but it just works. It's clean, it's crisp, it's aquatic, it's fresh, it's great out the shower, it's great for a casual day. Love this fragrance. I have since I got it. My initial impressions, it was nice, but every wearing since, I just love it more and more and more. This is such a good cheapie in my opinion. If you don't have a ton of fragrances that are this style, this is a really good one to have. It's been one of my favorites since I got it, and it's one that I'll always recommend. If you just want something safe and fresh for 20 bucks, hard to beat Davidoff Cool Water Wave. In my opinion, this is the best one in the line. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that will agree with me on this. From Salvatore Ferragamo, it's Uomo Signature. Don't get me wrong, the line itself, all of them are good. I enjoy all of them. Oh man, but if I had to pick one, the coffee and the leather in this one are just so good. This is such a good fragrance. It performs. It's a compliment machine. It's not too heavy on the projection. It's pretty long lasting. 30 bucks will get you a big bottle at the rack stores and online. Man, this is such a good fragrance. It's probably always going to be in my top 20 favorite cheapies because it's always one of my favorite winter cheapies, fall cheapies, cooler weather. Not ice cold weather, but cooler weather. This is a really good coffee scent and a really good fragrance from Salvatore Ferragamo. It's one of my favorite houses, especially when it comes to fragrances that get really cheap. Take my word for it, this is a great cheapie. Almost signature from Salvatore Ferragamo. It's become cliche to talk about this fragrance at this point, and every time I talk about it, somebody comes up in the comments talking about, oh, they've reformulated newer batches, don't perform, oh, I'll get 2 hours on it. I'm sorry to hear that. You see how long it has taken me to even get close to halfway through the bottle of Tommy Bahama St. Barts. So my 2018 batch of Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf, it's going to last me a long time. I'm maybe right here. I got a long ways to go. I may never run through this bottle. So, you know, I'm good. Because my bottle's Smoky Magic and it performs. It's a February 2018 batch code. It smells great. 10 plus hours depending on the time of year I'm going to wear it and the climate I'm working with. Gets plenty of compliments. It checks all the boxes. I actually like it better than Creed Aventus, you know, because price versus what you're getting, it's pretty hard to argue with how good Club de Nuit Intense Man is. Do I enjoy Aventus? Sure. I love my bottle of Aventus. I wore it the other day. But definitely one of my favorite cheapies. Always will be one of my favorite cheapies in my collection. And you can get these for like 25 or 26 bucks for a bottle from Kingdom Fragrances. So, Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf. Another Ferragamo sighting. Another Ferragamo fragrance. And it's actually called Ferragamo. One of my favorite blue fragrances. It's an aromatic fougere. That's how it's classified. You know? One of the better blue fragrances in my opinion. You know? The violet leaf in this one, I like violet leaf fragrances, and that's a dominating note in this. It performs on my skin pretty well. 7 to 8 hours of longevity, about 2 solid hours of really good projection. And then it still has a pretty moderate scent bubble for a few hours after. 30 bucks will get you a 100 ml at most places. I got this from Fragrance Net a while back. I thoroughly enjoy this fragrance. This is a very good, versatile, easy grab. You can just grab that. You can have this one bottle and it can pretty much be everything for you. It can be your casual day off in a t-shirt. It can be your work fragrance. It can be what you wear to go to dinner. It just works. It's one of my favorite cheap fragrances. That's why it's so high up on this list, because essentially these are kind of ranked. I'm just not going 2019-18. You get the point as we go through. We're going 20 to 1. And hell, at number 4, so there's 3 remaining, it's Ferragamo from Salvatore Ferragamo. $25 will get you a 30 ml bottle of this, and I can assure you it's absolutely worth getting. If you like Roger Parfums Elysium, you take away the fougere qualities of it, the herbaceousness, the coumarin, all the green elements, everything, and you just leave the citruses, the labdanum, and the wood, you'll get Blue Sapphire from Samy Andrews Fragrances. Love the way this fragrance smells. This is one of my favorite fragrances, period. It's such a delightful scent. Compliment machine, performer. I love this stuff. I mean, starting to put a dent in it. You don't need a lot of sprays. 4 sprays is plenty. And it just smells so good. It really does. This is one of my favorites. Matter of fact, here's the note breakdown for you. If any of you are curious as to what the note breakdown looks like. This is some really good stuff. Price per ml, it outperforms Elysium. And it just smells fantastic. Samy did such a good job with this one. I did a full review on this one a while back as well, and I've featured it many times because I thoroughly enjoy this fragrance. Definitely one of my favorite cheapies. Blue Sapphire from Samy Andrus Fragrances. Now these top two, they were in the thumbnail. Every time I've mentioned this, I'd say if there's an award show and I got to vote, this would be Cheapie of the Year in my opinion. Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together. I wear this pretty much every week. So far, I haven't wore it this week. This is going to be the first, unless I wear it the next day or two. This is going to be the first week I haven't wore it since I got it. I love the way this one smells. Another Invictus Acqua style fragrance. I mean, hell, the bottle looks like Invictus Acqua 2018 as far as the color scheme. Mixed with the original First Instinct and a little YSLY. It reminds me of all three of those fragrances put together. It's a decent performer, and when I say that, I get about 5 hours of longevity, so it's nothing special in longevity, but the projection is very heavy for the first 2 hours. It's heavy. It's loud in the first 2 hours. Then it gets pretty close to the skin, and after about 5 hours, it's pretty much a faint skin scent that fades away. But for $20 for a 50 ml, it's worth having if you like any of the three fragrances that I mentioned. Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct together. Last but not least, some of you may have guessed it. Yes, it's still my favorite cheap fragrance in my collection. Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue. It's my jam. You know, I've seen some people say that this and Dylan Blue and Aqua Atlantique from Bulgari have a egg smell on their skin. I've never understood that. I don't get that from these blue fragrances. I don't know what note does that on some of you guys' skins. I don't know. I've never gotten that from this or any of the other blue fragrances. I thoroughly enjoy it. It smells great to me. It's bang for you buck, $20. 15 to 20 bucks will get you a 50 ml, 20 to 25 depending on where you get it. It'll get you a 100 ml. On my skin, they perform 8 to 9 hour fragrance. Projects very heavy for the first 2.5 hours. I got backup bottles of this. I love this stuff. This stuff is great. Every time I spray it, I overspray it because I love the way it smells. It's been one of my favorites for a long time, and it will continue to be. Acqua Essenziale Blue from Salvatore Ferragamo. Well, guys, that's my current top 20 favorite cheapies in my collection that you can get for $30 or less. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these are some of your favorites? Let me know down in the comments, because I thoroughly enjoy all of these. There's a lot of freshies. There's some fougères in here, barbershop style fragrances, a little bit of coffee and leather, a little bit of everything. You can kind of really gather my taste with some of this. Not too much spicy fragrances though, believe it or not, because most of my spicy fragrances I enjoy are not under $30. Do love a good spicy fragrance. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.